Great to see you. We miss being with you and we miss seeing you live, but thank you for coming here tonight with us. We are really, really glad to have you join us this evening. I'm Laura Springer, in case anybody doesn't know who I am. I'm Laura Springer. I'm the assistant head of school here at Dearborn Heights, and I'm delighted that you're joining us all this evening. We have several things we're excited to share with you all this evening, but before we get started, I would like to introduce two other members of the team that will be joining me tonight. First is Julie Bawalski. Most of you know her because she would have been the first person you would have met when you came through the doors of the school. She is our Director of Admissions. And also joining us will be Julia Liljegren, waiting there. Julia is our Director of School Advancement. And for those of you who do not know Julia, she has been a part of our school community for 11 years. First, as a parent of her daughter Maya, who is one of our middle school alumna. And she was at that time also involved in being a parent volunteer here in our school. And then professionally, Julia began working with us in 2018 as a contractor doing some strategic planning work with us. And then she came on board as a staff later on this year. So her work focuses on growing and strengthening our program, our school, and our community. And speaking of focus, our focus this evening is shaping the future. We'll be spending time looking ahead to the rest of 2021 and beyond, but we're going to start first by recognizing and celebrating the impact that we, together with you collectively, had in 2020. We're excited to share with you tonight our first ever impact report. And that's a document that encapsulates what we achieved together in 2020 during a school year like no other, and may we not have another one like it. The full report of this impact report will be shared with you very soon. We'll be getting it out to you so that you'll have a chance to read it in full and in total. Tonight, there will be references to it. Please don't feel compelled to have to read it as we're going through the screens with you. Please just listen. And then when you get the report, you'll have an opportunity to really read it in full. I have asked Julia, as its creator, to share an overview of this report with you tonight, as well as some other things that are taking shape, moving us into the future. So now I'd like to turn it over to Julia Liljegren.
Thank you, Laura, and thanks to all of you for joining us tonight. I am so excited to share this impact report with you. 2020 was a year that nobody could have predicted, and one that completely turned the world on its head. Whether that was you all as parents navigating, suddenly having to work from home and your children learning from home, whether that was our teachers taking their curriculum online, whether that was us as a school navigating an ever-changing and very turbulent landscape while ensuring that our school stayed safe and our students stayed safe and continued to flourish. We all overcame innumerable challenges. 2020 was a year like in its many, many, many facets became a blur as we all just tried to rise to the occasion each day. But with great challenge comes great opportunity. And the impact report captures our story and the resulting impact of a year that tested schools like no other. So I'm going to share my screen with you all now. And as I do so, so as I do so, what you're going to see here is a few excerpts from the pages of the impact report. Just to kind of give you a taste of the report itself, I will share a few highlights of it as well. For context, the impact report covers calendar year 2020, so different than a school year, 2019-2020 or 2020-2021. It is really calendar year 2020. It also covers all three schools in our tri-school community. So that's Dearborn Heights Montessori Center, Livonia Montessori School, and Plymouth Canton Montessori School. Like Laura said, you're all going to be receiving the report soon, so you can read it in full then. So just sit back and just feel free to listen for this part of it. So let's get started here. Exceptional impact in an exceptional year. That is what we achieved together in 2020. So a few highlights of that are, through our vision and our mission, we shape the future of our students and our world. Everything that we do here at Dearborn Heights Montessori and all three of our schools comes through our vision and our mission, whether that's the way we teach lessons in a classroom, and certainly how we handled this pandemic. So our vision, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, is cultivating curiosity, unleashing creativity, and educating for a peaceful world. We achieve this vision every single day through our mission, which is challenging independent thinkers to discover, create, and serve through Montessori education. So despite a pandemic, we supported 241 toddler through grade 8 students and prepared them for life. That included 41 new students that we welcomed into our school community, as well as their families who are very, very mission-focused families. We're delighted to have them all. We also doubled the size of the Dearborn Heights Montessori makerspace. So that allowed for us to increase the portion of time that students spent making. It also increased the type of equipment. So we got a new 3D printer, for instance, or a laser engraver, many, many different other pieces of equipment as well, which enabled our students to bring their inventions to life and to give form to their inventions. We also created a dedicated tech lab here at Dearborn Heights Montessori. So that doubled the number of workstations that we previously had, but it also allowed for us to increase the curriculum time, as well as expand the type of curriculum that we could offer in building this really, really important 21st century skill. We cultivated environmentally aware young people and developed outdoors. So in 2020, we spent more time across all ages and all subject matters and all three campuses learning outdoors. This is very, very true to our green values. And it is also something that is tremendously valuable and beneficial for students, not just academically, but for their social and emotional well-being. And this increased time outdoors is something that we are excited to be continuing into the future. We supported students in being joyful and confident learners when they returned in person. So joy of learning is really at the heart of Montessori, the Montessori method. And 2020 with the pandemic was a really scary time, especially if you were a little one. It was scary for all of us as adults. So we really wanted to make sure that when those students returned in the fall, when they returned in person to summer camp or what have you, that they, from the moment they arrived in Carline, that they felt cared for, they felt safe, they felt engaged, so that joy of learning could take hold. We prepared the environment at all three campuses for in-person learning, often exceeding federal, state, and local mandated requirements and recommendations. So this is an area where we spent a lot of time, in fact, hundreds of hours across 2020 and across our three schools, just to make sure that, you know, doing this ever-changing pandemic landscape that we had, to make sure that students were safe, that our staff was safe. From the moment our school shut down, we created a COVID-19 task force that was populated by both education professionals as well as medical professionals across a variety of areas. And this task force really served to inform and guide our policies and practices throughout this pandemic time, and they continue to do so today. All of these practices, all of these policies, and definitely with the support of you as families, both at home and as, you know, your interactions with the schools, have worked. And we are so happy to say that we had 0 students here at Dearborn Heights Montessori that have contracted COVID-19. We have never, ever been so proud of achieving a 0 in our life, and probably never will be again. So thank you for your part in that. We also grew confidence by celebrating achievement and celebrating each other. So that looked a whole bunch of different ways across our schools and across the ages. But whether that was students sending notes of thank you and we miss you to their teachers, or teachers going and dropping off moving up gifts to students at their homes, or certainly, and perhaps most importantly, our graduation. We graduated 7 outstanding character-driven students. These students are graduates, last year, our 8th grade graduates, they had to navigate a very tough, very unusual year, certainly an unusual graduation. They did so with such grace and such strength all the way through. And we really wanted to make sure that we could recognize them and honor them and all that they achieved, not just in their 8th grade year, but through all of the years that they were here at Dearborn Heights Montessori. We also wanted to make sure that we carried forward those significant traditions that we have that surround our 8th grade graduation. It's a very deeply rooted, very meaningful ceremony. And we wanted to make sure that they got every piece of that, because boy, did they earn it. So that was everything from making sure that we could continue their graduate lunch, which they normally would have had a special lunch together in the middle school as sort of their final gathering as a community. We did that online. We ordered lunch, we delivered it to their homes, and they ate together by Zoom. We did our ceremony online so that they could still write and deliver their speeches and share what they had gained from their Montessori education, and to share their thoughts as they move forward into the future. But again, such an important piece that we didn't want to miss, and we made sure to capture every single piece of that. So that was very important for us as well. But we also, as we prepared for the future while we tended to the now. So what I've been sharing to this point is really a snapshot, like I said, of the report and some of the exceptional impact that we collectively have had over 2020. We are immensely, immensely proud of what we have achieved together, and could not thank you more for your part in creating that impact and for all that you have done to tend to the now, so to speak. But this evening is not just solely about the report or about the impact that we had in 2020. A big part of this evening is to invite you to be part of shaping our future. Now, we are always looking forward to the future and planning what's coming next. But this year in particular, we spent, a special amount of time on planning for the future. And that is because next year in 2022, it'll be our 50th anniversary. Now, our first 50 years have been amazing, but we want to make sure that our next 50 are even better. So through various means and collaboration and input across all of our staff, through things like our staff professional development days and other means, the staff of all 3 schools have come together and we have set a goal. And it is a big goal. In fact, we call it our big, hairy, audacious goal. So that goal I'm going to share with you now, and it is to evolve the Dearborn Heights Montessori family of schools into a cooperative network of contemporary, notably green, visibly creative, and fiscally resilient Montessori schools with a strong and growing community of families and partners who share our values. So, like I said, that is a very, very big goal. You might be asking yourself, how are we going to achieve that goal by our 50th anniversary? We are going to do it the Montessori way. We are going to do it in community. Community is the core of the Montessori way. We are all stronger when we work together in common purpose. And it is largely upon common purpose that our school community is built. That is how we got through 2020. It is how we created the impact that is encapsulated in the impact report. This town hall is called Shaping the Future. So just as we just shared a snapshot of the impact report, we now want to share a snapshot of some of the things that are taking shape towards achieving that goal that I just shared. So like I said, we're going to be doing that in community. And one piece of our community that is very important and very valued to us is our alumni community. Our alumni are truly amazing people. And so we've been reaching out to them and engaging them in all new ways. We are currently in discussions with them about creating an alumni team that can serve to do various things, whether that is serving as ambassadors, being mentors, or being bridges to very purposeful partnerships as we go forward. If you're a middle school family, we're going to be reaching out to you too as we get closer to the end of the school year and you guys start transitioning from being families of our school to alumni families. So you can look forward to that. We'll be reaching out for, to help with that transition in that way. Just as our alumni community, though, has an important role in achieving this goal, you all have a very special and unique and important role to play as well. And so tonight we wanted to invite you to contribute to shaping the future, starting with 3 ways that Julie and I are going to share with you now. The first is to embrace the goal. Simply just get involved in being a part of it and helping to realize that goal. You guys are a very important part of that goal. You're why we do what we do. So we are currently reimagining our parent association. The first step in that is going to be doing some focus groups on a variety of topics. So we want to hear your thoughts. We want to get your feedback. We want your input. We want to hear what excites you, what you want to be a part of. These focus groups we're going to be starting in April. They'll be done over Zoom, at least to start. And they're going to be done in small opt-in groups. So we'll be sending out an email that will allow for signups, so you can participate in the topics that you want. You can do as many or as few as you want in whichever times that you want. So watch your email for those. That will be the first part of reimagining this parent association. The second way of the 3 to contribute to shaping our future is to endorse our mission, vision, and the goal that I just shared. I'm going to turn it over to Julie now, and she's going to share you a little bit more about that endorsing piece. So Julie?
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Wow, it's so good to see you all. It is so good to see you all. Boy, do I miss you. Gosh, it took my breath away to see some of these faces I haven't had a chance to see in a while. As Julia said, what we're really inviting is a really active role. Our community is really, truly special. We this year and last year, under such intense circumstances, we have such an incredible student body and a wonderful community of parents that I am so proud to be part of. I am an alum of our Livonia school, and I'm a proud mom here, like you all are too. My 2 girls are here, and among you, I'm so proud that my children get to go to school alongside you and to be part of the community with you. So what we're talking about is embracing the mission and vision, which you all do. It's why you're here. We're also asking to talk about endorsement. This is another way we can activate one another. Either today or yesterday, just depending on the classroom that your child is in, a packet was sent home. In that packet, in that folder, we had information on our curriculum, toddler through 8th grade. We had, oh, hey, Drunas, you got it. Good job. Good job, Maya. That would be it. Inside also is information on just the parent partnership and also a flyer. One was a reminder about tonight's meeting that we're having now and next week. We miss you so much. I miss the parents coming in. Speaking of Drunas, I sent Beatrice an email today because there's some artwork up in the hallway. She said, I really miss being in there and I really miss seeing you. I miss the parents coming in and sitting down and having a cup of coffee with me, Fatuma. I miss our talks. It's so good to see you guys. So we of course first needed to proceed with caution and safety first. And so like Julia said, we've got a big fat 0 when it comes to student cases, and we're thrilled about that. So we also have our staff who is mostly, but a couple folks are still going through completing their full vaccinations. We're thrilled about that. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. And so next week, what we'd like to do, and what was a reminder in that folder, is we are going to open up for some open houses next week. Tuesday and Thursday, depending on your child's level, we'd love to invite you in. Gosh, do we miss it? And I know you do too. So we want to invite you into the building face to face with a mask. We're going to take your temp when you come in, just like we do with the students. We're going to make sure we're safe, but we'd love to host you back into our classrooms. It's been a long time. So we'd love to host you. For those of you with young children, toddler and preschool, kindergarten families, Tuesday will be your evening. Please come in, say hi to your teachers, say hi to your classrooms. They miss you. Take a visit to the Next Level Up. This is the first year ever that every single toddler I have is preschool age eligible next year. This is crazy. So I'd love you all to take a look at the preschool classrooms, say hi to the teachers. They'd love to see you. Thursday, if you have elementary and middle school aged children, that will be your night. So come on in, again, say hi to the classrooms, say hi to the teachers, and take a look at the Next Level Up. Just come back in, we miss you. What we'd also love to do is share with you that you truly are our best ambassadors. A couple of weeks ago, we launched a family referral program. The best endorsement that you can make not only is re-enrollment, which is due tomorrow, but also telling a friend and bringing a friend on in. So these open houses that are happening next week, you're welcome to bring a friend in. Sometimes it's more fun to bring a friend in and share the school with them. So help us give the gift of a Montessori education to others. And we can do that best by spreading the word, whether it's through social media, sharing our social media posts, engaging in comments back and forth, helping us to identify new families, and sharing our mission and vision with future Montessori students. Let's grow this community together. Let's celebrate our 50th birthday together, our 50th anniversary. We have a lot to celebrate next year coming up, and I can't wait to be part of it with you. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. It's so great to see you. I'm going to hand it back over to Laura and mute myself.
Thank you, Julie. So, I too have to say that seeing all these faces, I keep going back and forth to see everybody because it's just so gratifying to see your faces. I'm really happy to have you here. So what you've seen this evening is what we accomplished together with you this school year, and we are really, really pleased about that. And despite the pandemic, we are also delighted. We want to share with you that we plan to continue to look forward to celebrating all of those school events that we normally hold. What are they? Music concerts. They're going to be happening. Our musical director, Kirsten Renas, is so creative. She's putting together some marvelous music concerts for us to look forward to. Our cultural festival is going to happen this year. It's China, one of the most beautiful, colorful ones for sure. We're going to do it. We did it last year. We know we can do it virtually if we have to. We will be celebrating that cultural festival again this year. Please look forward to it. We're pleased also to tell you we're going to have a summer program. I'm really glad that I can share that with you for those of you that would desire to have a summer program for their child. We are creating it now. I'm also really pleased and so excited to announce that our daycare and latchkey program director, Kelsey Straight, has accepted the position of being our summer program director. I could not be happier. This is going to be a fantastic program in her hands. She's delighted to be a part of it. And just so that you know, also parents, Kelsey is also a certified Montessori teacher as well. So she's got a lot of experience and credentials behind her name, and she's the perfect fit for this job. So I'm really pleased for that. And of course, we're going to have graduation this year. Those students have earned it. They worked hard for it, and we will be having it this year. We are putting together some very special plans for that as well. And we are really, really looking forward to it. So watch for emails, watch for flyers about all of these events coming up and more. Now, let's look forward to purposefully building our community for the future. We have a 50th anniversary coming up. Wow, it's wonderful. It's exciting. And we want you to be a part of it. Please join us for that. Julia mentioned that we're reimagining our Parents Association. Please come be a part of that as well too. We appreciate your input and your energy and your thoughts for the school. We will be reaching out for you to help us build our community together. We know where we're going. We know there's more to come. We are inviting you to be a part of it. And we're planning to be future ready and future strong. Come join us. Thank you. Now, if any of you have any questions, please, you're welcome to put them into the chat box, and we're happy to have a discussion with you. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Yay, Kelsey, I agree. And if you don't have any questions and you joined us this evening, we'd like to say thank you so much for taking the time from, I know what is a very busy world. So thank you for joining us. Did we help Fatuma? She had her hand raised. Okay. Yes, kudos to our task force. I have to say, they have been fantastic. Our task force, by the way, when we reached out to them, they immediately responded and came in with great advice and support. Okay, so for clarification, will we meet in the toddler room and will we go as a team to preschool? Yes, the toddler teachers are going to be looking for you, Fatuma. And when they see you, they're looking forward to joining you and then escorting you down into the preschool classrooms as well. So yes. Let me see, what else do we have? Lots of yays for Kelsey for the summer program. That's great. I agree. Thank you, Melissa. All right. Anyone else? Well, if there are no other questions, what I'd like to say to everybody is stay tuned because we're going to be knocking on your door. We're going to be coming at you, looking for support, looking for advice, looking for ideas, looking for needs. We're going to be knocking on the doors for you and inviting you in to be a part of this collaborative partnership. We could not have done it this year without you, and we want to continue doing it with you into the future. Oh, Fatuma, you got something for me?
I didn't know if I could type fast enough before you got off the call. I think a lot of us would love to get involved, even if it's from a distance. Can we put out like a parents' skills, a Google form survey on ways that we could individually contribute that, you know, you guys might not be aware of? And then Julia will have that when putting together the parent association focus groups and stuff like that.
Great idea.
Fatuma, I would absolutely love to do that.
I'm
So
happy
yes,
to
we
help,
can-
Julia, if you want to send me an email.
That'd be fantastic.
Okay.
And I happen to know one of your skills, Fatuma, so yay.
I don't know which one that is, but thanks.
Oh.
She's got lots.
All right, that's great. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh, I hope to see
We
you next
cannot
week.
wait to see you.
Come next
Come
week.
see us next
Come
week.
See us.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
If there's only 3 third graders, how are we gonna do Cultural Fest?
Oh, don't
Margaret.
you worry, Margaret. Great question. Don't you worry.
Great question.
We
Or are some of the second years gonna be dads and goddesses?
Well, we'll have to see. Miss Lynn is so creative and she's got it all under control. Don't you worry.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be a god or a goddess, Margaret?
Yes.
Of course you do.
You've earned it.
Yes,
You've
you have.
earned it. Tomorrow when you come in, why don't we talk to Miss Lynn about it?
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
I think that would be great. We've got a couple of thoughts and a couple of ideas on how to make it great and special. And so come on in and we'll talk with Miss Lynn all about it, okay?
I remember recording with Mr. Eric for the movies.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Margaret, guess what?
What?
I would like you to maybe think of some ideas that maybe you can share with Miss Lynn about what we can do for gods and goddesses. Maybe you have the best idea of all.
All right, that's a good idea. It's a good assignment for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye,
Thanks so
everybody.
much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.